Hi everyone, welcome to the week 3 analysis. So in this video, we'll be talking about how the accumulation is looking like going into the budget, and also we'll look at how the Nifty, the mid cap, the small cap index are looking like, and also we'll look at which sectors are looking very good and the stocks in those sectors which are looking extremely strong and where one can take a position so that they can benefit from the up move, right? So let's start with the video. So before going into the chart analysis of each sector and all, just a comparison of how the accumulation data for this particular month, that is January 23, we are comparing it with the accumulation data of January of 22. So the orange color line that you see is the data from the last year before going into the budget of the last year, and the blue color line is the data from this particular month that is going into the budget of 23. So as you can clearly see on the left hand side, you see the total number of count. So I track a universe of almost 700 stocks, wherein hardly 10% might be large caps, maybe 30% might be mid caps, but majority are small caps in that particular list that I track. So out of that, last year the average was around 100. So 100 stocks every day were being accumulated going into that budget. But this time, if you look at the average, it is somewhere around 50. So not such a great sign. So what this data points out is the big guys are not really putting in money before going into the budget. So even I don't have strong hopes going into the budget, like there would be some great reforms that should benefit some sector because there is no much movement also in the stocks going into the budget. So let's see how the budget will be. But as per the data, it is not such a great looking data as of now. Okay. So let's start with Nifty 50 analysis. So Nifty 50 for second week in a row, it has given a doji candlestick. No decisive conclusion. Still a neutral candlestick is being formed on the weekly chart, right? Although, as I mentioned it last time also, this is making a higher high, higher low as of now. So that is also bullish. Plus, if you look at the 30 WMA, the stock is actually trading above the 30 WMA, which tells us that the trend is still up. Okay, so that is about Nifty 50. Coming to the mid cap 100, so there we can't really say that okay there is a higher high higher low thing because this particular low that we made somewhere here, the same low was tested around the last of that is in December last week of 22, right? And it is looking like some kind of a double top that is being made in mid cap 100. Very similar chart for the small cap index also, kind of a double top, and it is kind of going, trying to go below the 30 WMA. As of now, both are above the 30 WMA. So one can still be a little bullish, but the data isn't really supporting for us to go ahead and start taking trades in the small and mid cap space. All right. So now going to the sectors which are kind of showing strength in this weak market. So as we see, both all three of the indices, Nifty was there's no direction in that. It is a neutral candle, but mid caps and small caps are definitely going down. In that environment, something like Nifty 50 is actually moving up, right? So the results that they posted were really good, and Nifty IT index had already corrected a big time from let's say January of 22. So because of which, I think the recession fears were already factored in, and even if there are some green shoots, right? The IT index should start moving up from here. I think most of the bad news is already factored in into IT stocks and they have already started moving up slowly. So a few IT stocks that moved big this week were HCL Tech, so that went up something like 3 odd percent, especially when the Nifty was almost flat, right? And then you have Wipro. So Wipro, if you look at it, it is actually in that accumulation phase, continuously moving sideways and now trying to break above the 30 WMA line. So Wipro looks very good. Although if you are a investor, you might want to wait till that 30 WMA is taken out and then jump into this. something like Newgen finally moved out of that 30 WMA and the accumulation phase, and with huge volumes, so looks very good as of now. So these are the three IT stocks which look very good as per this week's charts. Okay, so Nifty IT is one index that looks very good. Coming to Nifty Infra, so although it is moving sideways, but a few stocks are making new highs, especially in these infra stocks going into the budget. So probably in the budget there might be something for the infra stocks. So government might try to push employment or even try to push the economic growth via the infrastructure story, right? Pushing more funds into the infrastructure growth. So, looking at the infra, let's see which are the infra stocks that are kind of making highs or kind of moving up. So, the big boy Larsen and Toubro that has clearly broken out and is trading at 52-week high. So, this is the highest weekly closing for Larsen and Toubro, and the chart looks really good. So this is LNT. Second is HG Infra. So this made a 52-week high and kind of retested the breakout as well in this particular week. And it has made a neutral candlestick as of now. But since it has already retested the breakout and has again moved up, uh, this looks a pretty decent bet as of now, right? And a proxy play to the construction theme is action construction. So all the equipments that these guys make go into real estate, go into making of roads and all of that, right? And even a part of it goes into the agriculture theme of tractors and all. So this also, as you can see, 52-week high, the highest weekly closing for this particular stock, right? So now coming to Nifty PSE. So this public sector, these stocks are also kind of moving up, going into the budget. Maybe some news on uh, selling these PSUs might also come up in the budget, which is kind of being factored in, and the big boys are already starting to push the index up as of now, right? So if you look at a few stocks from this sector that are doing well, so the power grid is one stock which is trying to break above the 30 WMA line and trying to move up. Very strong weekly closing for this particular stock. One other one is REC, which is very close to its 52-week high. And after a small dip last week, it is again starting to move up. So if it takes out the 52-week high, you can see a pretty decent rally in this one as well. So these are the two PSC stocks. Coming to Nifty Oil and Gas. So if you look at the index, the index itself has closed at a weekly high, right? In the previous weeks, I mean, the closing was never at this particular level. So a weekly high closing for Nifty Oil and Gas. And if you look at a few stocks in that particular thing, ONGC is one, which looks very good. It is also in stage two, broken about that 30 WMA, right? And starting to move up, right? Commodities have started moving up slowly. This one also looks good, and even something like Gale. Again, if you look at the previous last many months, right? This is the highest weekly closing, very strong closing for Gale as well. So it looks like the gas prices have started inching up, because of which these two look very strong and have a very strong weekly closing as well. So a few stocks that are hitting 52-week high and have some kind of a breakout. So Mrs. Bector's put, so this particular stock all looks very good. It has made a inverse head and shoulder pattern. Going by that pattern, looks like a 200 rupee move can come in. Uh, that is as per the target, taking the length of the head, right? Let's see where it goes. So that is one. Second one is specialty restaurants. So these guys run mainline China and a few O Kolkata and all other outlets in India. So this one very strong breakout, right? Huge volumes and also a clean breakout on the charts and the highest weekly closing for this particular stock as well. As you know, especially the consumption thing has been doing very well, and this stock looks really good as of now. And the last one, so metal, I had covered it last this thing itself, last week itself. So JSL SR, even JSL stainless also looks very good on the charts. After breakout or retest, again it is moving up continuously. right? So these are the sectors and stocks which look good for the next week. Hope this helps you take an informed decision. Thank you.